Welcome back to another episode of Keeping It Real with TNL. Lori here with Coach Ty. It's episode 10. We're super excited about this one. Ty does a lot of great things, but what he's done most recently that's been making waves is the Winter Ant 100. Okay? If you've been following along like I do every day for 56 days now? 56. It's so freaking cool. So I wanted to have an episode where I could talk to Ty, ask him questions, and he could answer questions that will benefit all of us from hearing the answers. So, get my script. I won't mess this up. It's a big one right now. Look at me. I should put on my glasses so you take me seriously. No warm-ups today. We're getting right into it, okay? But pickleball, you always warm up.
Hey, speaking of, hold on, guys. It's episode 10. Hey, so we just found out that there is pro pickleball. Yes. We are contemplating getting a team together to go out there on the circuit and basically bring home every gold medal or banner that you could get. I don't know what they give out, maybe rackets. But
CFSR PB.
So if you guys are interested, comment. If you want to join the pickleball team, let us know. We will try to get something going.
We don't need a 7:30 p.m. class. We just go at the end of class and we go. Could you imagine with the strength and agility and speed
out there
and like strength? Was that thing like dodgeball, like throwing wrenches? It's gonna feel like that. We're gonna make a team and we're gonna win.
We're gonna win it all.
Challenge accepted, anyone? Let's go. All right. More importantly, let's start with the basics. What is the Winter Ant 100?
Perfect. I will break it down in exactly what it is by just talking about the task. And then as we go, we could get deeper into why and all that. But so the Winter Ant 100 is for 100 consecutive days. You must complete a certain amount of tasks. Those tasks being the first one, which I call the foundation, is going to be consuming real food. And when I say real food, I mean usually something that is a single ingredient food. So if I ask you, hey, Lori, what is the ingredient for carne asada? You're probably going to say, well, cow or meat, or beef.
Yeah.
And like, what's the ingredient for bacon? You're probably say pig.
Yeah.
And so it's not like it's sodium, benzoate, and everything else. It's just that.
Okay.
And so that's the same thing. When I ask someone, hey, what is the ingredient for a blueberry? It's blueberries.
Yeah.
It's very, very simple. So that is one of the tasks, being required to eat real food for 100 days straight. One of the other tasks that is in the program is doing one 45-minute workout. We could cover more, but the 45-minute workout, that could range from anything to a 45-minute walk to a 45 minutes of intense CrossFit to a nice advanced class or something else. And then you also have to do another workout, but this one is specific. It is a 30-minute workout, but for 30 minutes, you must keep your heart rate at or above 130 for the entire 30 minutes. And that keeps the intensity. And that was something that I wanted to add. And one of the reasons that I love that particular zone is because that's the zone where we're burning fat and carbs. So if you go too less, you're just burning fat. If you go too high, then you're just burning carbs. And that zone 3, keeping the heart rate around that range, it kind of just hits everything while also building up your endurance. And what's nice is as you get more fit, it forces you to keep the intensity, because it takes me about, honestly, almost 40 minutes because I have to get warmed up to the 130. And then after that, I'm on my actual 30 minutes of keeping it for the entire time.
Yeah.
So note that too. That's what has to take place as you're in this. It definitely takes me a whole lot more just to get it up there. And then once it's there, then I have to maintain.
Yeah.
And so that's for 30 minutes. And then you also have to set aside $20 a day. You have to meditate for at least 10 minutes a day. And one of the requirements that I stipulate, it must be done in a dark room with your eyes closed in a quiet space. And I'll explain more into that. And then I also say that you must consume 64 ounces of pure water. So I don't really force the whole gallon. Like, I completely know everyone has their whole mindset. Look, if you're getting at least a half of gallon of nothing but water, that's a good one. And obviously what you'll find naturally, because you're working out more, you're going to want to consume more anyways.
Sure.
So it kind of takes care of it itself. And then no alcohol, no cheat days. Those are kind of just the common, but a cheat day wouldn't happen if you were doing it.
Yeah.
And then you must complete all the tasks for 100 days straight. If you miss a task, you miss anything, you have to start back at day one. It is similar to 75 hard. And I just want to get this out the way right now. Yeah, this is, I've done 75 hard. This is not to rival that. I'm not trying to rival Andy and what he's done or any of that stuff. This program that I created was a way for me to help other people build habits. Nothing more than that. This isn't about which is better or which is this. It doesn't matter, because each of them are going to help you become a better person. But this one is something that I wanted to create, and I'll explain more of what it's supposed to do as we get into the end.
Okay. So what was the inspiration behind creating it?
Awesome question.
Yeah.
So it was originally, I'll be honest with you guys, this was weird. So I had recently gotten, I had wanted to release a program on New Year's that was almost like a tactical ebook to help someone with their new, like, hey, new year, new you. Mm-hmm. And so for almost like 10 days straight, every night I would write on paper, create I was calling it a tactical handbook that could help somebody achieve their New Year's goals. Like, because I knew that it was weight loss. So I had this plan of making a book that talked about eating right, that talked about working out, and how if you have this guide and you kind of follow stuff, it should help you out. And I just kept writing that. And I think it was January 1st. I was sitting at home on the couch, and once again, this is where you guys are going to be like, this guy's out of his mind. But I don't care. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was universal intelligence or what it was, but something that told me to grab a pen. And after I was done writing, this program was there. That's how it came. That's the truth.
Amazing.
It was literally, I wasn't even thinking about it. It literally, I was on the couch, and I actually have it in the planner that you gave me. I just grabbed it. It was the first one right in front of me, and I just started writing. And once I got done, that was on the task. Those were all the things. And then from there, the rest of it started to come. And then I was like, this is kind of cool. And then I was like, this obviously needs a name. And so I went with the Winter Ant 100. And the reason that I went with the Winter Ant 100, there was a piece of wisdom from King Solomon. And anybody who knows who he is, he was probably the wisest man who ever walked this room. And no man will ever have the wisdom that he had. And he says, look to the ant, you sluggard. He has no overseer, yet all summer he stacks his provisions for the winter. No one has to tell him to. He just does it. He just knows. And so that's what I thought about this. And like, I called it Winter Ant because while everyone else is going to be complaining about how cold it is and all these things, I'm already stacking the daily wins to make sure I have an amazing summer. And so that was the concept behind that name. And as we got more into it, a lot more things came. But that's why it's the Winter Ant 100, because King Solomon literally references that as one of the few animals who has no overseer, yet they do everything that they are supposed to do without having to be told.
That's legit.
So that's kind of what this program is about. Is no one's watching you here. You're not going to get points. No one's going to, there's no score. It's not the open or anything like that, which is cool. I'm not knocking that, but I'm just saying this is one of those, it's not a challenge. It should be a program. And it's something for someone who's looking to change who they are now and become a different person once they're done. It's not something to go and tell your friends about and then on day 100 and eat like shit and drink all day. That's not what I want somebody to get from this.
Right. That was what I was going to ask you. What do you want them to get? It's just long-term motivation, dedication, and results, right? Like just sticking with an actual lifestyle that brings about health, wealth, and happiness, right?
Yeah. And we're going to talk about that is what do I hope this program will help an individual do? To be honest with you. I hope that the individual who follows this program will develop 3 habits that should literally change their life. And I always say this, the first habit is going to be the habit of eating food that helps you and doesn't hurt you, the habit of making time for your fitness, and the habit of building financial discipline. Now, if an individual can master knowing what they put in their own body, making time for their own fitness, and making sure that they have their money going where it's supposed to, you could drop that individual anywhere and they're going to thrive, because those 3 skills are literally skills that you will have to have your entire life. And the other thing that people don't realize, just like the ant, if you don't learn those 3 things, somebody will force you to. So let's say that you don't want to eat right and you want to keep eating like shit, keep eating the processed carbs and cakes and getting fat and liking the cookies. A doctor at some point is going to tell you you're a diabetic. And by then, you've already fucked up. Most of the damage is done. Yes, you could change it, but now someone is what? Forcing you to do it. And it's no one wants to be forced to do anything. And now let's just say that, hey, you're not working out and now you're developing knee pain because you're sitting all the time, where your hips are always closed because all you do is live this sedentary lifestyle. And now you find out that you have to have a hip replacement. Now someone is what? Forcing something on you because you couldn't learn the discipline yourself. And I guarantee you, nobody wants to be sitting next to a banker or a financial planner looking through your stuff and is like, you're fucking bankrupt, you idiot. How did you manage to let your spending get like this?
Yeah. And
so those are 3 habits that if you don't learn, somebody else will impose them on you and you will find out the hard way. So you might as well just learn it yourself so you don't ever have to be told by anyone else to do it. And that's what I want an individual to get out of this program, is the habits that we are building are habits that you will need if you expect to have a successful life on Earth. And I'll tell you right now, let's just say this is just 100 days. But let me ask you, if you found an individual basically ate right every day, worked out every day, put a little money away each day, how could that person lose?
There's no losing that.
There's no fucking losing.
Yeah.
You basically got 3 wins every single day that serve you. And not only that, in this process, you're becoming a stronger individual for your family. You're having mental clarity. You're becoming more fit. You're becoming a better coworker. You feel better. Your confidence is going to go through the roof. And that's the other thing, is that the confidence aspect. Most people do not have confidence in themselves because they do not trust themselves. And what that means is this. We've all been there where we're like, I'm going to start this. And then you get on it and it lasts about 4 weeks. Imagine if you had a friend who you always heard telling you, oh, it's Monday, I'm going to do it. And on Friday, you caught them at TGIF knocking back mudslides.
I forgot about that place.
So
yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, if every week you had that one friend who fucking texts you on Monday, I'm starting, and you saw them at TGIF fucking Fridays, every Friday, what would you think after fucking 52 weeks?
Same shit, different friend.
So that's what your subconscious mind thinks every time that you tell yourself you're going to do something you don't follow through. And you basically lose trust with yourself internally. And you don't realize that's what's taking place. And that's what's scary, because you're losing trust. And when you lose trust, you know what else you lose? Confidence within. And when you lose the confidence within yourself, you're going to be basically what I call the fucking deep end of life, always trying to swim fucking against the current and going in, because you've already lost the trust with yourself. So if you don't trust yourself, you're fucking sunk. You're the only person you have anyways. So if there's anybody who you should trust, it's you. If there's anyone who looks in the mirror and says that they're going to do something and follows through, it should be you. And a lot of people don't realize that years and years, they've basically built up zero trust. They've lost their confidence. And if you follow this for 100 days, not only will you build that trust back because you're being consistent, but then you're going to build that confidence back. And that's what it's about. It's about building habits. And then after that, confidence will come, because you know, shit, bro, I can do this.
I love that, because you can't buy health. You can't buy confidence. You can't buy consistency. These are the things that you have to do.
And those are the hidden traits that are being taught.
Yeah.
People just see the task. Don't look at this. That's the surface layer. But as you dig deep, we're targeting the core habits that individuals lack.
Yeah.
Like you said, the habit of being consistent, the habit of following through, the habit of being confident in yourself.
Yeah.
Those are things that an individual should be building up. And all of us need a point in our life as like a checkup point, like, am I still as confident as I was a year or two ago, or have I gotten better or worse? And this is a way that could kind of help you with that. Or let me rephrase that. This is what I'm hoping that an individual will get long term.
I love that.
That's what it's about. It isn't about who can lose the most weight. I don't care about that, all that other stuff. This is about, can I build the habits that are going to that are going to change the trajectory of my life?
Yeah, that's everything. That's amazing. So we're going to have to talk about the people who make excuses, right? Start the program, they'll come up with an excuse. I don't have time. I can't eat that way. I can't save $20 a day. You explain what you hope for people to get out of it, but what are you going to tell them to snap them out? They've already put themselves as the victims too hard. They can't do it. They've already put themselves behind the 8 ball before even trying it. So what do you tell them to get them out of that rut? Because that's a tough rut to be in.
So you just kind of answered that question right there. They already put themselves behind the 8 ball, which means that you are seeing this and you know within yourself, you're thinking, oh my God, there's no way that I could do that, which is exactly why you need to do it.
It is.
Because you're giving that power over you. And now you're seeing something that you don't think you could rise above.
Yeah.
Why would you put yourself in any position where you don't think that you can accomplish this? That's even more reason. If you read the program, I will put it in the actual video description. If you read that and there's one thing that sticks out, oh, there's no way you do that, then you need it more than anyone else.
Yeah. Because
you've already beat yourself. You've already said you couldn't do it. You've literally acknowledged that I'm weak. Are you going to do something about it? Or are you just going to live in your fucking weakness? Make a decision right now. And that's the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I'll be honest with you.
Sure.
This program is not for everybody. This program was designed for an individual who's ready to make a decision. If you're going to come up with every reason why you can't do it, then you could fucking go and talk about that with your friends and tell them how hard it is. Or you could say, you know what? I know that I'm going to struggle with that, which is my sign that it has some kind of power over me. If I'm looking at this monster in front of me and I'm coming up with reasons I can't stand against it, then there's something outside of me that is stronger than me. And I need to figure out how I can overcome that. So that isn't a weakness. I'm giving you a chance to beat your own weaknesses, which lead to what? If you overcome weakness, what are you doing? You're fucking building confidence. And you're doing it yourself. Guys, that's what I want you to get out of this. When you complete these tasks, if you watch episode 9, we referenced the bricks. Each day is a brick. If you followed those tasks each day and you did nothing else, you couldn't lose. You literally would build a perfect wall every single day. And that's what people have to see. Stop thinking about what you can't do and get to the mindset. This is an opportunity to rise to the occasion, overcome weaknesses, build the confidence that you may have lost, and walk out of this 100 days later with $2,000 extra in your fucking pocket, a nicer fucking body, a clear mind, and a new life. I'm telling you, Ozempic couldn't even give you that. But the Hydrate 100 can. But it has to be, do you want to earn it? And if we talk about what 100 days is, first off, there's 365 days in 1 year. So 100 days leaves you with what? 265 days to fuck off. If you can't focus your mind, if you can't be disciplined for 100 days on this lifeline of your time on earth, that is a bigger problem within itself. 100 days is a joke. That's nothing. That's literally January 2nd to April 15th. You fucking still have May, June, July, every holiday. If you hear 100 days and you're like, oh my God, it sounds like Mount Everest, you got some bigger problems that you need to address within yourself. That's the truth, man. I can't make it any easier. If you follow this for 100 days only, that's it. It's not as long as you think it is, especially in a lifetime.
To get all those positive changes out of it too.
Yeah. And so that we will talk about that too. Absolutely.
So what's interesting, so I'm not doing the winter at 100, but I'm watching you and I notice that I'll come to class and I hear people talking about oh, I can't do that. Oh, it's too heavy. And I'm like, I just do it. So my mindset just because I get what you're talking about and you lead by example and I think, no, I'm just going to come in and do the workout and I'm going to crush it or whatever that means for what I have in me that day. But I'm not going to make excuses for what I'm not doing in the workout. I'm just going to do it. And then it ends up being great every time. And then you feel excited and there's PR. Like, and so that's the mindset with all the things in life. Like the last episode, they're hard. Take them head on and win. And then it feels amazing. Create a good habit.
And
this is the good stuff.
And you're proof of that because, like I said, you're in every single barbell class. You show up consistent. That's all you've done. You were like, I'm going to show up the barbell every time I can. And you basically did.
Yeah.
And you even said that. I've gotten stronger. I've gotten better.
Yeah.
And it wasn't one particular lift. It wasn't one particular workout that was programmed.
Yeah.
It was you saying, I'm going to show up the barbell every Tuesday and Thursday and watch what happens. And what happened? You're like, dude, come.
That's the thing. Like, if you just go with the mindset and the program, like, get with the program. Remember, people say,
yeah,
get with the program. And if you don't overthink it and you just do what you know you're supposed to do, all the results come.
Exactly.
All the good energy comes. Everything gets better. And we stop ourselves at the start because we're scared of the time it takes to get that. But you felt, we'll get to that too, but because the next question is about the biggest personal change on day 56. So you're not done.
No.
And you've already experienced changes, is my point. Like, it's not like day 99, okay, one more day, 100, and then all the changes just rush in and you're like, okay, I'm good, I'm ready to go now. Like, it's the process of it. Like, hard times build strong men, right? Like, here we go, like good stuff like that. So let's talk about you being on day 56 and what this means, your biggest changes personally that you never even expected, maybe, right? Maybe some shit caught you off guard.
So no, yeah. Absolutely. So first and foremost, I just want to double down on what Lori said about hard times make hard men or make strong. And this program, one of the other things that it forces is growth. You will never grow in a comfort zone. We all know that. And so sometimes, because we are not forced to do anything like we were back when we were kids, like say, you're forced to go to school every day. You're forced to wake up. You know, you're just kind of doing these things. And now you reach a point where you don't have to, and you're not growing like you were back when we were younger. We were doing everything and we were testing ourselves, whether it be in school, whether it be trying to get on sports teams. We were taking chances.
Yeah.
Hell, I've freaking seen your Letterman jacket all decked out. So that is somebody who is doing things that got you out of comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to do that. Guess what? There's someone who doesn't have a Letterman jacket because they didn't do shit.
Yeah.
That's someone who stayed in the comfort zone.
Yeah.
And so that's one of those things that growth takes place there. And you have to check yourself up and ask, when's the last time that I got uncomfortable? When's the last time that I tried to become better than I am? When's the last time that I told myself I could do this as opposed to just talking myself out of something? And so that's one of the other things that I love about this program, is because it's not some random, it's not one workout that you need to do. It isn't something crazy. If you do it, you are going to see one other side if you begin to form. But for me, day 56, I will tell you some of the changes. I want to state, when I started this program, it was not about weight loss, and it's still not. It's not about weight loss. The only reason that I'm saying that is because I was somebody who struggled with weight loss their entire life. Ever since I was a kid, I was told you need to lose weight. And that's something that I've kind of heard in my head my entire life. Even when I'm fit, I'm like, well, I'm going to have to cut again. And I literally live my life. I realized for the past fucking 37 years, I'm always trying to lose weight. I'm always looking at the scale. And I wanted to go like 1 year where it's like, how about you just see if you could just enjoy fucking fitness for the sake of fitness, as opposed to making it about weight loss, or making it about, I'll be happy if I see 210. And I'm not saying if your goal is to lose weight, that's fine. I'm saying that that's not my goal. And I don't want this program for that to be the goal. And here's why. Some of the benefits that I've gotten, yes, I've lost weight. I went from, when I started, I was 235. I think as of this morning, I'm down to 209. But that's not what it's about. The other thing was the visible abs, which are cool. It does build confidence, but that's more on the physical side. Now, the other thing on the physical side, during my workouts, I feel like my endurance has gotten a whole lot better. You were with me on Saturday. That's the first time in my life I ever did 50-pound man makers and didn't stop.
You crushed it.
So that's one of those things where that is a direct, like a huge improvement. 50 doing the man makers with the 50s is something that I've always struggled with, and I was able to do it consistently, sets of 3 unbroken. And so that's a big deal. Like that's a big change that I never saw. And I feel good when I work out now. I'm not as sore as I used to be. I always used to kind of feel the inflammation. I'm still drinking a little bit. I will still live my life. But right now, it just everything feels good. Like I look forward to it. Now, let's get into some of the more not secret stuff, but the unexpected things. I haven't set my alarm clock in, I want to say, since day 34 or 35. And I literally wake up every day at 5:30 without fail. And when I wake up, I don't feel tired. And I literally just rise up and I just go about, I already know what I'm doing. I don't feel groggy. I don't feel unclear. I don't feel how I usually feel when I would wake up. And keep in mind, you guys are hearing this from a former police officer who was addicted to Z-Quil, because we just worked and fucking I rarely slept. And so I had to use literally medication. One of my boys, I'm not gonna name him, he was up to about 4 ambies a night just to get sleep. Like we were in it. And so for me to be at a point where I'm waking up and I feel refreshed and feel good, I didn't expect that. That was very nice. The other thing that I noticed with the meditation, this is the first time that my mind in my life has not been in my life. There's a lot of times where I always feel like, even just when I'm like sitting at home on the couch, I'm always racking. What else needs to be done? What do we need to do tomorrow? Like, what do we need to do? And it's almost like this constant, nonstop, like train. I mean, not train, but like those treadmills at the airport that's just constantly going.
Yeah.
That's like my mind. And I'm like, yeah. And now it's almost like when I think, I see the picture of what I'm thinking about and I keep it there. And then when I'm done, let it go. And I just stay neutral. And so it's a mental clarity that I have never felt in my entire life. Usually my mind is always hurried up. You guys notice when I talk, even right now, you hear that little speech impediment. I have a stutter because my mind moving, it always moves so fast since I was a kid. Like, it's the hardest thing to slow down. And this is the first time in my life that I am in control of my thoughts. I know what I'm thinking, and I'm the one who's observing them as they're coming to me and making a choice on how I feel about it. That's the clarity that I have had, and this is clarity that I've sought for years. Because I was told, once you understand some of the secrets to how life works, you'll understand that, first off, controlling the mind is controlling the speed at which it moves. And so this has helped me control the speed at which my mind moves, and it moves at the point where I'm handling things in that moment, in the right time, in the right headspace, never rushed. So that was huge. Something else that I've noticed internally within myself is I feel happier. I guess I'm not ever going to be one of those dudes who's going to just be smiling all the time. That's nothing personal. That's just not me. But like, I genuinely just feel a little more like pep in the step. That's the best way that I could say it. And whether that's the confidence, whether that's because I look good, so I'm feeling good. But either way, it's all just because of I've taken the time to build confidence, and now I'm feeling. I actually feel confident. Like, even when I coach now, there is just a different tone in my voice and how I am in class, and all those things are like I am really seeing, like, holy cow, this is helping me become better. And I could genuinely say December 31st, I wasn't here. That's for sure. I don't know where I'll be on day 100. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know when I'll stop. So that is a secret that I've been kind of keeping to myself. But I secretly tell myself, whenever I'm in my mind, you could go longer than 100 days. You could do this the rest of your life if you wanted to. You could do this the rest of your life if you wanted to. Because it's almost to the point where I thought, if this was my default, I'd never have a bad day.
Yeah, I definitely see a change in you. Your energy, your centered. I think the meditation really brings that clarity. I totally see it. It's incredible. Keep getting chills.
Thank you.
I'm so excited.
Well, and that's the other thing. I am glad that somebody else noticed it, because sometimes I don't really know. And I'm not one of those who's like, hey, am I looking better? Am I doing this? Like, I'm not that. So it's obviously nice that you are seeing some changes. And it's also nice because the things that you see, I would actually take with respect, because you've spent basically since 2022 to 2025 with me.
Yeah.
And you've seen me damn near every single day for 3 years. So you would know if there's a change in me or not.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah. So
100%.
that's real.
I'm proud of you. It's good stuff. Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So this has really been awesome. The Winner at 100 is like no other program I've ever heard of or seen. I've done 75 hard with you. Great. It's wonderful. I can never say anything bad about that. But this is like a next level thing. And I'm just so excited that you shared it with us today. It's a full-on mental and physical transformation. And I think that's why I'm like so taken aback by how profound it is. I really, really love that. What can we do to anyone watching that wants to know how to learn more about your program? Is there a way they can get a hold of you, or what's going to be the easiest way for them?
So the easiest way, guys, is to just follow me on Instagram. One of the things that has helped me with this program is that it forced me to post two different posts a day. That's one of the goals that I made, to get it out there. And it isn't about so if you follow me at Coach Ty 925, I drop videos every single day where I talk about the program, I talk about the benefits, I get into a much deeper dive. I just wrote chapter 4 of the book. The book should be out by the 100th day. That is my other goal. There will be a book that follows this, so you can check out the book as well. And then the other thing, if you want to follow, it's on TikTok, it's on my YouTube. Everything, anything Coach Ty 925, you will be hearing about the Winner Amp 100. And also our app will be going into the Play Store, I want to say by next month. So awesome. There will be an app that will help you keep track of everything, and as well as provide motivational messages, as well as an AI coach and other things coming. I'm not going to tell you guys everything, but the app is going to be coming out. And so that is another way that you could do the Winner at 100 and obviously change the trajectory of your life and get to where you want to be.
It's awesome. It's so exciting. So look, if you found this as amazing as I did, make sure you subscribe. We're on YouTube, CrossFit SR925. Spotify channel is Keeping It Real with TNL. Instagram and Facebook, CrossFit SR925, Coach Lori 925, Coach Ty 925. There's so many ways you can keep up with everything that we're doing. I really appreciate you sharing this, because I know it's personal and it's profound and it's a lot to talk about, but people watching are going to be better for it, and you're going to help change our lives and help more people. All right. So guys, keep it real, not just with us, but every day. And episode 10 of the books, 10 episodes.
Keep it classy, San Ramon.
Keep it classy.
We're watching you guys.